An entire colony, over 100 men, women, and children vanished without a trace. The only clue, a single cryptic word, Croatoan, carved into a tree. Could this ancient message hold the key to one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries? The year was 1587. More than a century before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, a group of over 115 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Their mission to establish the first permanent English colony in the New World. Led by John White, these brave men and women sought to carve out a new life in an unfamiliar land, but what they found was hardship, uncertainty, and ultimately a fate that remains shrouded in mystery to this very day. After a few months of settling in, John White returned to England to gather more supplies, but due to a naval war between England and Spain, he was delayed in returning to Roanoke for 3 long years. When he finally returned in 1590, what he found, or rather what he didn't find, left him and countless others puzzled for centuries. The settlement was completely deserted. Houses were dismantled, personal belongings were gone, and there was no sign of struggle or violence. The only clue was a single word carved into a tree: Croatoan. This one word has been at the center of the Roanoke enigma ever since. Was it a message, a clue left by the settlers about where they went? Some historians believe that the colonists may have moved to Croatoan Island, now known as Hatteras Island, to live with the Native American tribes there. The friendly relations between the settlers and the Croatoan tribe suggest that they could have integrated into the tribe to survive. But despite extensive archaeological searches, no definitive evidence of their presence has ever been found. Another theory suggests that the settlers succumbed to starvation, disease, or conflict with other, less friendly tribes in the region. The colony faced numerous hardships: shortages of food, lack of supplies, and hostile relations with some native groups. Could these factors have driven the colonists to abandon Roanoke in search of a better chance of survival elsewhere? And then there are the more eerie theories. Some suggest that the colony fell victim to supernatural forces. The word Croatoan has been linked to strange occurrences throughout history. It's said to have appeared in the final notes of people who mysteriously disappeared or met untimely deaths. From Edgar Allan Poe's cryptic last words to the sudden vanishing of notorious criminals, the word Croatoan seems to leave a ghostly trace through history. Could it be that something far more sinister was at play on Roanoke Island? One of the more recent theories revolves around advanced DNA analysis. Some researchers have sought to trace the lineage of the settlers through Native American descendants in the region. While there have been some intriguing findings, nothing yet has conclusively answered the question of what became of the lost colony. The disappearance of the Roanoke colony has captivated storytellers, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike for centuries. Was it a desperate migration to a neighboring island, a tragic clash with local tribes, or perhaps something beyond our understanding, a supernatural event that wiped out an entire community without a trace? Each theory adds a new layer of mystery, but none have provided the definitive answer that people have sought for over 400 years. What makes the story of Roanoke so compelling is not just the mystery itself, but the humanity of it, the idea of families striving for a better future, only to be lost in an untamed wilderness. And the cryptic carving, Croatoan, remains as the only whisper of what happened, a riddle left behind by those who vanished. The story of Roanoke may never have a clear ending, but the search for answers continues. If you enjoy exploring mysteries like this one, be sure to join us next as we investigate another baffling disappearance, the vanishing of Amelia Earhart. Could new evidence finally reveal her fate? Click on the next video and continue unraveling the untold truths.